to Andromeda, guys. We're on board the Tempest. In the meantime, I have jumped around 3 of the planets to collect all of our father's memory triggers. So we're going to be heading back to Sam Node on the Tempest to investigate that, and we've got this Gene Garson thing kind of lingering in the background to do with this mysterious figure who kind of helped fund the project. But before we head back to the Nexus, we're just going to go and talk to Jarl about this movie night, which I'm expecting someone else to have something to make us go and get, right? Because Vetra, Suvi, Jarl all had something for us. What? The hell, Jarl? It's all good. All good in the hood. He moved. We're not going to activate the main quest thing just yet. We'll do that on a return trip. Hey, Jarl, I got that stuff you wanted. The sensory stuff.
Ah, you acquired the components?
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing what you and Gil put together.
He's very gifted. When we succeed, more of your people can experience our stories as they are meant to be enjoyed. Goda Tavitara, the Lulia Reborn trilogy. I'm weeping a bit already.
Alright, what's next? Don't tell me to wait. What about the movie night? Now, we have this Truth and Trespass quest. I don't know why I'm starting to cough every time I start recording. Is there something on the microphone sponge, maybe? Ridiculous. We might go and do this first, actually, because my hunch here is that the Solarians tried to broker some sort of deal with the cat that might have involved offering everyone else before them, right, to work with the cat, because we know the Solarians aren't as physically strong. They rely on subterfuge, plotting, working in the shadows. And they might have thought the only thing would have been to help the cat fight the rest of the initiative races, right, to keep themselves alive. That's my kind of hunch here. So we'll go to Harval first. Damn it. I don't know. Okay, so there's no Tempest quest available. So I imagine someone will want to talk to us at some point about movie night. Liam should be up here anyway, so I'll just check in with him to see, because it's his idea, right, to see if we can progress it that way, but I doubt it, to be honest. Liam. Slow down!
Tev Uni. A home involved. Sort of. Still feels good though.
Ah!
We'll talk later.
I want this movie night more
I know
than
it.
anything right now. Right. Let's go to Harval. Am I there already?
Now orbiting Gadara.
No. There weren't actually that many memories left, but yeah, that's my hunch anyway. That's what I feel like the Solarians might have done. Try and broker a deal with the cat. It's just whether Raker knew about it or not, I suppose, is the contentious point. Still a bit gutted we didn't get a Solarian squad mate again. Out of all 4 Mass Effect games, there's only one that has a Solarian squad mate. Jarl will be interesting to have here. Maybe Drac. We haven't got a Solarian squad mate, have we? So let's get the antithesis. He's going to be like, I knew that they were untrustworthy. I've seen it, and the N7 armor does look really nice. It's a cool throwback,
Entering
at
atmosphere.
least.
LZ in sight.
It's just more form-fitting. Just looks nicer. See, look how much nicer we look. Well, this is pretty close. Oh no, it's not. The meeting point, okay. This one's probably closest. Because it's already in the chasm, isn't it? So.
Don't trust any of this remnant stuff. Don't trust their giant head.
Uh-oh! Oh, come on! Let's get out of here, dude. Oh, there's remnant everywhere! Why is everything so bright? Wonder why they're meeting here of all places. Come on, chaps.
Those are the coordinates we were sent.
That thing about the Solarian Ark?
If there's truth to it, we should know.
Really?
Surprise! It was a setup.
Wow,
Look around. They might have left something.
they killed an anointed all on their own. These supplies appear to be used to capture prisoners for live transport.
From their gear, they were hoping to capture someone.
Probably me. Sorry about that. Though, if you'd broken a sweat, I'd be sorrier.
You sent us the message about the Solarian Ark?
Yes, Major Salin Vaughn, STG, retired, of course.
Nice.
What's STG?
I mean, we know.
Special Tasks Group. Back home, we were field agents who gathered intelligence and handled inconveniences.
Just say assassinated people.
If you prefer. As I said, these days I stick with retiree.
Alright, good for you.
A lot of people came to Andromeda for a fresh start.
I'm sure I'll enjoy mine when I find it. Let's be frank, there are too many inconsistencies aboard our Ark. They only make sense if someone betrayed us to the Ket. My best suspect is a biologist, Dr. Adden, but the evidence is thin. I need a Pathfinder to verify what I've found, or I risk arresting an innocent man.
What do you know about this guy?
Who's Adden? Why would he betray his Ark?
It's to
An
survive.
ex-military biologist from the early wake-up team on our Ark. He claims to be studying the Ket. As for why, I intend to ask him.
So I guess maybe you suspect Reika might be in on it or something?
Couldn't Reika help you solve this?
I trust Reika implicitly, but I can't say the same for her team.
Fair enough.
You're obviously trustworthy. If you were involved, you wouldn't have saved our Ark in the first place.
Alright.
Alright, I'm in. How do we catch your traitor?
I only have 2 leads left. Dr. Adden's equipment and a Ket who might be his handler. I need you and your Sam to analyze them.
Two different
If we show
places.
Dr. Adams in regular contact with a cat, that would prove he's the one.
And if not,
What if the evidence doesn't implicate Adam?
If I'm really that rusty, I suppose I'd have to start over from scratch. Remember, Dr. Adams' equipment and his cat contact. This has to be watertight. Good luck.
alright. Vold. Oh, both on Vold. Alright, fine. I knew it'd be somewhere else on a different planet. Right? Nothing's just right next to where you have to go, is it? Right. We can't skip these.
Navarro. Bridge is yours, Pathfinder.
Can't skip these cutscenes no matter what I try. Carlo's probably sick of us by now.
Welcome back.
Anyone want to talk to us? No. Now this might involve talking to Raker back on the Nexus, so we might as well do this thing on Vold first. Man! Just bounce around. Alright, time for the snowy planet.
Beginning approach.
Yeah.
Fold orbit is steady.
Another landing
Approaching
cutscene.
PLC.
We don't get the same landing thing now that we've got the settlement, right? Okay, so got two locations to go to: evidence and his equipment. That's right next to a forward base, so let's go there first.
That's Techix, according to my map.
So there was a Solarian here. This feels a little sus.
This must be Dr. Adams' workspace, the one the SDG agent is investigating.
This equipment has been sterilized with a standard radioisotope. There are trace elements of biomaterial that could be consistent with exaltation pods.
Or they could be leftovers from Adams' experiments.
The agent mentioned a cat handler, too.
Yeah, I know. This equipment has traces of chemical compounds used in Ket exaltation chambers. Jaska?
You, the Pathfinder. Is it true? Can you talk to the old machines?
You mean the Remnant?
I'm no threat to them. Never have been. Tell them to stop hurting me.
Why are they attacking?
Why would the Remnant come after you?
I dig for useful things around the pillars. Good tech. Machine's always left me alone until now.
What did they do to you?
Did they injure you or just chase you off?
They chased me and I slipped on the ice. That hurt.
Just stay away then.
The Remnant are dangerous. Keep your distance from their territory and you'll be safe.
Safe and poor. I don't sell the tech I dig up, I don't eat. Thanks for nothing.
Right, good to talk to you, sir. Yeah. I thought he was going to have something to do with the Solarian, but I guess not. Right, all that just for one little thing.
Drax, you're still with us. I am surprised after what happened with the Krogan on the Archon's ship.
Siding with Solarians cut deep, but I'm not one to quit every time I get cut.
Let's get a scan. Let's get a scan.
Hey guys!
Here they come! If that SDG agent was right, this cat was Dr. Adams' contact.
Oh, hi. Hiya, mate. Really? Good job, not Pock.
Let's get a scan.
This cat has a Milky Way comm device implanted. Particle vibration on the transmitter resembles Solarian encryptions.
Resembles doesn't prove much. The cat could have found the implant on the Solarian Ark. At best leads on Adam's betrayal, and they're both circumstantial.
He's Solarian, probably guilty of something.
We could head to the Nexus and ask Reika about this. Maybe she knows something.
This cat appears to have a comm device subdermally implanted. Yeah, but he would need someone to do that for him, so... Right, that works out well, because we're going back to the Nexus anyway. I wonder. I really hope that this isn't the elusive man with this benefactor.
Fold orbit is steady.
Man, this jumping around is one of the biggest frustrations of this whole game. It interrupts the pacing so much, right? Because you have to do it so often with the way the quests are structured. Let's do it. It's a shame not having the Turian Arc here. Right. Let's go talk to Raker. Then we'll go to Sam Node. Loading screen. The game.
Authorities continue work to establish contact with our Milky Way descendants. As of now, beacons confirming
It's not as if I'm playing on a hard drive. I'm playing off an SSD.
is HNS.
A reminder to all personnel, overtime hours remain in effect.
Oh.
Ah, Ryder. Grab a seat.
So afterwards, the cat got twitchy. Took me a while to get back.
The idea of Solarians figuring out exaltation must keep them up at night.
The Pathfinder party.
I hope so.
So you're studying exaltation.
So you're finding out the Ket's dirty exaltation secrets?
That's the plan. Your star maps were helpful, by the way.
You're welcome. Between us, charting the Scourge and Ryder's vault data, the Ket will run out of bolt holes.
I'll send you our latest.
I'll take a copy as well. Anything to expand the search grid.
Still hunting down the stasis pods.
And finding them. Having a partner AI makes one hell of a difference. I guess I need to train a successor. And figure out how to prepare them.
Better to find your wings as you fly. Worked for us, didn't it?
No, more training is definitely beneficial.
More groundwork would have helped in the early days.
Huh. Well, that's worth knowing.
In the meantime, we've a serious matter to deal with. The first vintage bottled in Andromeda. Sent as a gift.
A good thing I brought my flask. Damn, that smells good.
Since we've got a moment to ourselves, shall we toast?
Sure. To each other.
To our crews, our Sams, and each other. May we always find our path home.
Raker?
Ryder, always a pleasure. I hear you're assisting Major Salem Varn's investigation into Dr. Adden.
How did you know?
Salem?
I met him once or twice. A remarkable agent, despite his age. Unfortunately, my attempts to aid him have stalled.
What do you think?
What do you make of Salem's theory that someone betrayed your people?
It seems monstrous, but the more I consider it, the more the facts seem to fit. I've tried enlisting ARC leadership, those who woke first, but they've been busy, unhelpful, or both. Perhaps we should get creative.
Alright.
Hey, if we don't break the rules, who will?
One of the ARC officers who woke early, Rand Lon, has an apartment here. If he's too busy to help, you could scan around, carefully, see what you can find.
That's in a different section of the station. Well, let's run to another area. Stay calm, Matt. Stay calm.
To triumphs after a challenge for her title as Krogan Overlord. Following their exile from the Nexus, Jorgul Strux claimed he was the rightful Krogan leader in Helios.
Can you imagine having to take a tram that many times if you were actually Ryder in this situation, right? You had to take a tram like 8 times just to get to the bottom of something. Where is it?
Locked.
I may be able to hack this, Pathfinder.
And we're in. Definitely the apartment Reka mentioned. Password protected. Little help, Sam?
Accessing. It contains financial and personnel reports. However, the EM signature suggests data was recently cleaned.
Electromagnetic analysis of the hard disk. Still using hard disks? Shows significant deviations from projections. What's that? Talcum powder. Trace elements. Magnesium silicate. cornstarch, artificial scent, fingerprints, fragment matches, technical officer Rand Lon. This powder is sold for personal use as well as scientific and military contexts.
Freshly vacuumed.
Traces of dust still remain. Based on the Scourge radiation count, they came from a remote world.
So Rand Lon, or someone in his apartment, went exploring out there.
No. No! The dust is not from any system local to the Nexus. Man, where's this going to take us? Here are the estimates you asked for, adjusted for current inflation on the Nexus. Congratulations again on the Parchero's safe return. To Rand from Neost. From Oben Kel to Rand. I appreciate even one reply. 12 invites in 12 days have kept me distracted. I hope those 3 junior staff are still accompanying you. It's probably simpler to book space for 12 on the commons and 4 on the mezzanine plus 1 just in case. That way, if we need one more place, we're prepared. See you on the 18th. OB. Prescription refill. This is an automated reminder. Your prescription's ready to pick up. Right. Great! What now?
There may be additional clues, Pathfinder.
Oh. Footprints.
Scanner is prepped, Pathfinder.
Food traces of a recent meal.
It's been watered recently.
A single fiber is caught on a leaf. It shows traces of novetamine.
A drug?
A neurodepressant reported in some Andromeda wildlife. This plant is not one of them.
Okay, something's fishy. Sam, can you work out which planet the dust on the floor came from?
I have a candidate. No record of any official visit. Once in orbit, I can approximate a nav point.
I knew it, dude.
What are you doing in my apartment?
Uh-oh.
You must be Rand Lon.
Yes. You're the one who saved our Ark. What are you doing here?
An investigation.
I'm conducting an investigation about the Solarian Ark. I wanted to check a few things.
Ah, I did hear about this. I was too busy to assist. I suppose I'll have to make the time. What do you need?
Some suspicious contents in your apartment.
First, explain why your console's been scrubbed, and why there's traces of a neurodepressant in here.
Probably because I visited the labs and I suffered a power surge. Shall I also explain my heart medication? My clan ornaments? You sound just like... Oh, wait. Did you get roped into another of Salen Varn's crusades?
What do you mean?
No, I won't spread rumors. You can go, but I wouldn't break into any more homes on Salen's advice.
Come on, just extrapolate.
If I've been misled, I should hear these rumors.
The Major is brilliant, but he's just been in STG too long. He's been bothering us with conspiracies since he woke up. It's common in retired agents. They can't navigate a world without espionage.
I see.
Look, let's forget this happened. For the Major's sake. Goodbye, Pathfinder.
Still got that planet identified, Sam?
Laden.
Yes, Pathfinder.
Sack this. Right, we're going to go back to Aladdin to do the Okier mission and pick up a bunch of the side quests there, so... Going to go straight to Sam Node for now. So for that quest, right, I went on the Tempest, I had to go to Harval, then I had to go to Vold, 2 different checkpoints on Vold, then I had to come back to the Nexus, then I had to go to Operations, then I had to come back to the port, now I've got to go to Aladdin. That is... How stupid is that, man? Do you know what I mean? That's nearly every major location in the entire game.
after a high-profile exile, Krogan are returning to the Nexus. The Krogan have been welcomed back into the initiative after officials accepted their push for equal status. Clan leader Nakmor Morda welcomed the support and resources New Tachanka will now receive.
It's about time.
This
It's just, it's like they're just putting speed bumps in the way of the actual intrigue, right? It's just so weird.
Do you know
Alright,
why
alright.
I asked to be placed with you? I believe you possess an emotional impulse to be among your own kind. More than that, I seek someone who understands me.
She's in
Complete
love.
understanding of a unique consciousness is impossible. I disagree. It's the only possibility worth exploring.
I'd like to have the ancient AI as a companion, to be honest. She's really interesting.
Ryder, one of your father's memories is available.
Okay, so I think we've got 3 here.
Let's see it.
This memory is from your mother's final day.
Okay, brace yourselves.
It was a good fight, soldier.
It's not over yet.
Alec.
No.
Alec, we have a few hours. Let's enjoy them.
And after that?
We'll still have each other.
But we want you.
I love you, Mom.
I love you. Both of you. Live your lives. Do great things. I see so much potential in you. And remember, fall in love. At least once.
We'll let you guys talk.
Say it, Alec. Say it. Then I will. Goodbye. Watch out for the kids. Be there for them.
I will.
Mourn me, Alec, but don't let this destroy you. What did you used to say when you were in N7?
When your back's against the wall, if you can't run from it, use it.
Remember that. Be strong.
Never as strong as you. I love you, Ellen.
I didn't expect that.
Death remains an elusive concept for me. A finite end in a cosmos otherwise filled with infinite possibilities.
All things end, Sam, in one way or another.
Everything ends. Life, stars, galaxies, they all die eventually. It's just how things work.
Yet it appears this belief serves as a form of motivation for many organic life forms.
It's why you exist. Dad hoped you could save her.
And I failed.
Why exactly, though?
I never understood. With all your capabilities, Sam, why did she die?
My ability to enhance organic physiology has limitations. Your mother's disease was systemic. It also seems that life is more than just biology. It is the will to continue living. I believe your mother accepted her fate, and likewise, her body surrendered. Your progress as Pathfinder has unlocked an additional memory.
Alright, let's see them all.
Let's see it.
A moment. There is an added layer of security.
Sudoku?
What was it Gian Garson said? The code word is fulcrum?
That worked. This is the last memory your father encrypted, from the final planning stages of Hyperion's departure.
Castus, thanks for calling. Not a lot of people still admit to knowing me.
I owe you. Those were good days on the Citadel, Alec. I checked with my son Garrus. He works there now.
Go away!
And?
He says the Council thinks Commander Shepard's story is bogus.
Uh-huh. But?
Privately, I've heard they're starting to wonder.
This threat, they're called Reapers?
Right.
Shepard's word for them. Something about a cycle, an extinction event that happens every 50,000 years, galaxy-wide. And supposedly the alarm clock's about to go off again.
Unbelievable.
I know, but according to Garrus, Shepard's as level-headed as they come. Takes after you, and it's heaven. So, if the commander says these Reapers are coming, I don't want to be around to see them.
Thanks, Castus.
Take care.
Is that the same voice actor as Garrus?
Yes?
I checked around. There might be something to this.
If there is a war, the scramble for resources will be on a scale we've never seen before. The chaos will be monumental.
We should accelerate our timetable.
They will keep the reason quiet. No need to alarm anyone. But the arcs must be underway before any fighting starts. We can't get caught in the crossfire.
Agreed.
Is there something else?
Years ago, you mentioned salvation for a lot of people. You knew this was coming.
I knew something was coming. In theory. Shepard made it real.
And now that you're right,
We'll need a new home. We're going to be all that's left of civilization.
Sam,
Yes, Pathfinder?
track down my kids. Tell them their old man needs to talk. It's urgent. And how is Ellen?
She remains in stasis. As you hoped, it has suspended the progress of her disease.
Make sure her pod is on the Hyperion. Don't use her real name. I'll tell the kids when the time is right.
I knew it, man.
Sam, transfer Pathfinder access. Encrypt memories. There's still hope for your mother.
Mom is here? Alive?
Alec blocked all knowledge of this memory. I now recall his directive to put Ellen into stasis. He hoped it would halt further progress of her disease until a cure could be found.
I think he should have told us.
This should never have been kept secret.
Your father didn't want to raise false hopes. This is the reason you were made Pathfinder, to see the process through.
Where's Mom now?
Here on the Hyperion. Ellen is in a stasis pod under a false name. Elizabeth Riley.
He didn't trust us to be the Pathfinder, it was all about Ellen, I guess?
So this was Dad's plan.
Alec could not live with the thought of Ellen recovering, only to discover you had died. He sacrificed himself to ensure you and Scott could one day be reunited with your mother. He was also concerned that what he knew about the Reapers and the Benefactor remained secret. He entrusted you with this knowledge. Additional logs with pertinent information are now unlocked in Alec's quarters.
We know everything about the Reapers, but what do you know, Sam?
Now we know what Gian Garson meant. That something big spooked the Benefactor. It was these Reapers. What do you know about them?
A Spectre operative in the Milky Way, Commander Shepard, launched an investigation in 2183 into the existence of an ancient race known as Reapers. According to Shepard's information, the Reapers invade the Milky Way every 50,000 years to destroy any advanced organic life. Allegedly, this cycle has been occurring for millions of years. Shepard claimed the Reaper's return was imminent.
What do we know about the Milky Way currently?
That was over 600 years ago. Was Shepard right? Did the
Mad.
Reapers come back?
Additional logs in your father's quarters have unlocked. Their implications are troubling.
Mad.
Your father believed it prudent that you have this information should anything happen to him.
Well, we just wouldn't know. So like, it would be reasonable to assume that we're the only, humans, Turians, Solarians, etc. left in existence in Andromeda, because the Milky Way would have likely been purged. Gian Garson?
But why was Gian Garson murdered?
Recall Garson's words about the Benefactor. Now they're moving 100,000 of us to Andromeda. I hope it's all for good, but I have my doubts.
What does that mean? Who was or is the Benefactor?
Unknown.
I think it might be Liara,
Got it. I need to go find Mom.
Let's check these logs first. Mum can wait a bit longer. She's on ice. An audio excerpt.
When studying a dead race, the most obvious problem is the lack of an observable population.
Oh, we have heard
this
this,
raises
right?
the question, when is a species truly extinct? The Prothean civilizations spanned the galaxy, and it took centuries to confirm that all members of the species really had died out. While it's possible that living Protheans may be found in a hidden pocket of the galaxy one day, the chances are statistically trivial. Once an extinction is confirmed, the study's nature moves from sociology to exoarchaeology.
Okay.
Your father's personal logs.
The Reapers.
We've just arrived in Andromeda. Before the rest of the Hyperion wakes up, I've checked our comms for any signals from the Milky Way. Looks like sometime in 2186. Everything went to hell.
Right.
We got out just ahead of it. Commander Shepard was right. And so was our mysterious benefactor.
Huh. The Alliance SOS?
Alliance personnel, please stand by for an emergency flash traffic message.
This is a galaxy-wide alert for all human territories. Fleet Admiral Stephen Hackett has declared threat condition Saber 1. Enemy presence confirmed in Sol System. Earth under Reaper attack. I say again, Reaper attack is underway. Instructions to follow on coded channel Crimson Tacit. By God's sake.
Oh, this is so cool. This kind of like adjacent experience of the Reaper invasion, right? Like it's terrifying, but it's just kind of I'm getting tingles. It's cool, right? Like even though we know what happened, like the feeling of mystery inherent in this from Ryder's perspective.
This is Paladin Command to all Turian units within range. Under catastrophic Reaper attack. Primarch Fedorian is dead. Ground units are searching for the next in succession. We'll advise when. Everybody get down!
Wow. Liara's transmission.
Hello, Alec. This is Liara Tassoni, and the year is 2186. I don't know if you'll even receive this message, but we corresponded years ago. I remember you spoke about a plan to settle Andromeda. I don't know if your arcs made it out of the Milky Way, but the worst has happened here. I'm with Commander Shepard and a brave crew. We're trying to build a weapon to turn the tide, but I fear that the civilization you remember, the people of the Milky Way as you knew them, could be gone forever. You may be all that's left. Please, don't forget us. Keep us alive in your hearts. And tell your children of the wonders that once were. On behalf of the crew of the Normandy SR2, this is Dr. Liara Tassoni, signing off.
Oh, God. This is amazing. Getting a bit emotional, I don't know why. It's just a cool throwback, right? And it's a throwback of a different perspective. Do you know what I mean? It's just cool.
Alec, this is Gian Garson. For the record, year 2185. It's about Fulcrum. I'm on the Nexus and we're going into stasis for the voyage. Looks like you're already asleep. I'm very uncomfortable with our benefactor, and the fact that we still don't know who they are, and all these lives in our hands. We should have done something sooner. This is all very troubling, Alec. Let's talk as soon as you reach Andromeda.
Have we got a return message?
Jen, I got your message about Fulcrum. It's now 2819. We reached Andromeda but have no sign of the Nexus. I have the same concerns as you. In all likelihood, the Milky Way... Well, something terrible happened there. At least the benefactor spared us from that. But why keep hiding? Something's off. But we've got bigger problems at the moment. Habitat 7 may be a bust. Finding a home is all that matters now.
I wonder if the benefactor was like meant to be something for future games. in the Andromeda series. Do you know what I mean? Maybe they're in cryo somewhere, unidentified. Powerful figure, maybe the a clone of the Elusive Man or something.
I'm securing these Milky Way reports. This is the only copy and I don't want it getting out. Whatever happened was 600 years ago. Someday we might break the news to everyone if the time's right. I guess we always knew there was no going back.
Ooh. Intense, man. Those, like, you know, distress call messages were really cool. That was really well done. Okay, let's go to cryo. Cryo Bay. I do think
was lost to space during repairs on the Nexus hull. The victim's name has been withheld until next of kin in the Milky Way.
I understand that these places would be quite far away on the Nexus, but I feel like all of these could be in one region without the loading screen in between.
This is not good.
Where's Scott?
I'm glad to see you and your brother back together finally.
Prognosis?
Now that he's awake, what's the prognosis?
Everything looks good. Scott's a fighter. His recovery had more to do with that than anything I did. Though we need to keep him around for observation. Give him time to recover.
That's all, Harry. Thanks.
I'll be here if you need me.
Yeah, alright. I hate that guy. Where is Scott? Has he discovered what's going on as well?
There you are. What's all this about?
Oh, we told him to meet us here.
Okay, this is the pod you told me about. Who's Elizabeth Riley?
This might be a little hard to believe.
If you could have one person back in your life, who would it be?
Don't say Dad.
Mom, of course. I mean... Hold on a second. Elizabeth Riley. Her initials. ER. Are you telling me?
I saw Dad's last memory. ER is Ellen Ryder. He put her here. Scott, it's Mom.
I don't... How... Wow. How is this possible?
Yeah, stasis froze the cancer.
Apparently, putting her into stasis also put her disease on hold.
Its progress has been halted. Alec put her in stasis after she fell unconscious in the hospital.
This is incredible. So Dad being a pain in the ass finally paid off. I want to shake his hand. And then punch him. Why didn't he tell us?
I said the same thing, but does it really matter? She's still with us.
Well,
for how long?
Let's get her out of there.
That's inadvisable.
Yeah.
Although Ellen is alive, reviving her would trigger the disease, which would prove fatal.
Is this an actual decision? Is there no way of curing her?
Can't we cure her, Sam? It's been 600 years.
That was your father's plan.
What do you mean?
We need to
Alec
wait
hoped
longer.
that in Andromeda, we would discover new scientific insights that could provide answers. Our journeys in Helios have indeed provided valuable genetic knowledge, information that could lead to a cure. But patience is required. For the moment, enjoy the fact that she is still alive, and that your accomplishments will one day save her life.
Alright, keep her safe then, Sam.
Just make sure she stays safe, Sam.
We lost her once. We're not losing her again.
My original purpose was to ensure the survival of Ellen Ryder. It is a mission I hope the three of us will one day fulfill, together.
No way. A question mark has appeared. Okay, I mean that was fairly predictable, or at least it was to me. That's what he'd done. What's this quest? Is it? Oh, did we do this guy's mission? We did someone's mission. Oh. Alright.
Another cache of stolen supplies, alerting the dock manager.
Medical supplies within haven't been processed for release. They're mislabeled as black. What the hell? There's a machine on board! They're mislabeled as biohazard and slated for disposal by way of slow decay orbit into a local star. What is this thing? Imagine if we just died when it touched us. Okay. Gotta go to Aladdin now. That's where we were gonna go anyway, so for the last 10 minutes of this episode, let's go there. And then we can do Okir's quest, pick up a bunch of the side quests from New Tachanka, because we're a lot there, and see if any of them are interesting. I might not bother with them though. I just want this movie night to move on. That's all I really want. Alright, let's get out of here. Spent enough time on the Nexus to last me a lifetime! I swear, if we get to Aladdin and this quest sends us to another planet, man, I'm gonna lose what's left of my shit. It's gonna send us to Eos, and Kadara. Okay.
All systems green.
What about movie night? Oh. Man. Wait, Aladdin. No. Alright.
We're on course.
Mm-hmm. I bet if you counted, measured how many hours were spent in loading screens through this playthrough, man, I bet it would be a significant amount of time. All these unskippable, repeated cutscenes. Okay, where are we going? This is Aladdin, isn't it? Is it just nearby? No? Oh, it's all the way over here. Alright. Ah, that's right.
Spider worm.
Where? Oh, that's the worm they were talking about. It is Remsec though, right? Nothing to see here, iRock. Oh, this is so far away.
Pathfinder, these are the approximate coordinates extrapolated from the Solarian apartment.
It appears empty.
Our sand trap's all over. Let's look under the surface. Something was here, and red. That way.
Oh. Dude, 200 meters.
Yeah, scavengers. Lucky unfriendly.
The trail leads right to them. Let's get him back on his feet.
I think I hit Sailing with a hammer at some point.
Sailing, what happened to you?
Sailing? Very familiar for our first real meeting.
Not funny, Solarian.
I contacted you, hoping one of my suspects would do something reckless, and unfortunately, he did. I imagine I was supposed to vanish out here while he used my cloak device. Any Sailing you met was Dr. Adden in disguise.
Wait, he asked me to analyze leads that could implicate him.
Let me guess. Aden asked you to scan those leads. I suspected the traitor was hiding messages on optical encoders. Those messages were the real proof I needed, but a powerful scanner like yours would wipe them. Aden used you and, my investigation to cover his tracks. Canny bastard.
What? I'm so confused.
I feel like you and Dr. Aden are taking turns yanking my strings.
Then who was Aden's puppeteer? Everything comes back to our Ark. Aden didn't have the clearance to alter logs or affect the nav computer, yet he's obviously guilty. I suspect Aden is the front man for a conspiracy involving the Ket. He's the key to blowing it open.
I don't trust any of these guys.
Right. Except Aden got rid of anything we had on him, and I'll bet Rand Lawn has disappeared.
Aden. Ah, he forgot the dart he poisoned me with. Still in there, with the ballistics intact. Contact Aden, feign ignorance, and ask for a meeting. I'll be there to arrest him.
We'd need somewhere to meet Aden, somewhere neutral.
There are caves on Kadara that might be suitable.
Ah! Why?
Send the word.
Why, dude? I don't know what kind of traumatic life experience that this quest designer was going through at the time of making this game, but he hates gamers. This is insane, dude. I've literally been to every single major location in the entire game running around for this quest except for EOS. Every single one. What? Why? 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 I'm finishing it. I'm not doing any more side quests, dude. I'm done. I was giving this a chance because I was doing this because it's an allies and whatever mission. But yeah, I'm done after this. Ooh, that is the final straw right there. I thought that this would be interesting because it was an allies and relationships mission, right? Nearly all of those have been really good. Oh, I'm mad. I'm really mad. I'm so mad right now. Oh, by the way, guys, I went back when I came back to Kadara to collect memories. I picked up that chest that I forgot to pick up after beating the architect that was on Kadara. So we've got to watch the video of landing on Kadara, go to Kadara Port, then we've got to have another loading screen to leave Kadara Port to go to the Badlands. I've got to run through the slums and jump over the fence before I can use any fast travel. Yeah? Yeah. Loading screen. It's a loading screen. Oh my god, just let me go. I can't believe this, man. I mean, I can, based on what the rest of the game is like, but I thought they were going to stop after a certain amount of jumping around. Oh, it's those people we found. Right, there's a Solarian in here. Dude, where are we going? Oh. Thank you, Joel. And he's just stood in this cave that's usually full of dinosaurs.
There you are. Did you investigate those leads?
Fake
I
sailor.
learned you're a Ket collaborator and a murderer.
Who's one victim short?
So it's true. Old spies really do live forever.
This old spy would punch you if he wasn't carrying evidence in his chest.
I tried to give you a decent burial, Major. There was no time to convince you of our cause.
Selling your Ark to the Ket makes no logical or tactical sense.
To you, because you lack data. Several of us woke early, prepped the Ark, and then we found the Ket, an unstoppable enemy. So we made a pact. Sacrifice our Ark to the Ket and learn their secrets, so one day we could destroy them along with their exaltation.
Collaborate to infiltrate. Yeah, I understand.
You pretended to be Ket allies so you could study them, then stab them in the back.
Listen, there is an empire of Ket beyond Helios. All-powerful conquerors who will invade us eventually. The secrets we learn could stop our extinction before it begins. Give us our freedom, and they're yours. Don't let this go to waste.
Can you tell us anything first?
What exactly are you offering?
The intricacies of the Ket Empire. Vassals, potential weak points, exaltation secrets.
Which we can't confirm. And you could have pulled out of your cloaca.
We had to sacrifice civilians for this, Major. Will you let that be for nothing?
He makes a lot of good points, to be honest, man. Like whatever his light sailing said, it could all be baloney. And he could end up betraying everyone still, but the intel could be valuable, so yeah.
You're despicable. But if your secrets could save us, teach us to fight exaltation, deal.
No secrets are worth kneeling to the Ket.
The hell with that! He gave them our ark.
And we saved it. We're vulnerable. We can't afford to lose any advantage.
Exactly, we gotta be pragmatic.
If you trust Adam, you deserve everything you get. If I see him again, you have to ID him by his teeth.
I'll transfer my intel to you immediately. My life is entirely in your hands. Thank you for your foresight. You don't know how many lives you'll save.
It's a risky one. Okay, we've got a codex entry, which might be something that will help me keep my sanity here. So let's go back to the Tempest. Man, this I can't believe I've ended up getting angry at side quests again. I'm vexed. I'm proper vexed right now. Right, let's try and cheer ourselves up with some lore. Like codex. So we've learned some more about the Archon, obviously. Let's just read the whole thing again, because I've not been keeping up to date with the codex as much as I should have done so far. The individual known as the Archon is leader of the Ket forces in the Helios cluster. Though rarely sighted, his arrival at Ket installations is reportedly greeted with fearful shows of deference. Deference? I can't think how to say that now. The execution of dissident Ket and the presentation of valuable remnant technology. The Archon has maintained control of the cluster for almost 75 years, reportedly through a combination of long, patient strategies and brutal subjugation. According to Angaran sources, the Archon arrived in Helios with a pantomime of diplomatic overtures that confused the Angaran leadership and provoked them against one another before he ordered the conquest of their worlds. In recent years, the Archon has taken an increasing interest in remnant technology, ordering new dig sites and torturing Ket-defended remnant structures. He's said to make many remnant specimens aboard his flagship to study at leisure. Those who interfere are executed on the spot or hunted down by the Archon's sword, his mysterious and feared enforcer. Interesting. We heard about the sword before. According to the Moshai, the Archon is focused on Meridian, the control center for the Remnant Vault network. In his hands, Meridian could be used to devastate the planets of the Helios cluster, rendering them uninhabitable and giving him a hold over all sentient life here. Though he reportedly knows its location, the Archon has been unable to develop an interfacing method, meaning the greater secrets of remnant technology are closed to him. It's now understood that the Archon's single-minded efforts to find and control remnant technology have diverted resources from Ket conquests of Helios. From gathered intelligence, the Archon's second-in-command, the Primus, believes their leader's interest in the remnant has become an obsession that threatens their subjugation of the Angaran. Our investigations show a rift between the Ket in the Helios cluster. While they remain a threat, evidence shows the Archon has prevented his subordinates from communicating with their home space, and that many have begun speaking out against him, given his obsession with the Remnant. Oh, that was the one who was stood with him in the red armor. Okay. The Archon's Sword. Identified in decrypted communications, the Ket known as the Archon's Sword has a fearsome reputation. Her role as the Archon's enforcer takes her across the Helios cluster to deliver edicts and quell dissent. Apex reports that those who incur the Archon's displeasure, Ket or otherwise, are pursued relentlessly by the Archon's Sword, often never sighted again. In combat, the Archon's Sword is said to favour cunning over brute strength, cloaking herself with the same techniques as Ket destined before striking fearlessly. Psychological profiles, though hampered by an incomplete understanding of Ket psychology, suggests she's completely loyal to the Archon and his ideals. Her title has provoked discussion amongst Nexus scientists, as it either underlies her devotion to the Archon's cause or implies a ceremonial or historic role. It's possible that the Archon's Sword represents a greater tradition within Ket society not yet understood. Right, let's read the Behemoth first, because the secret intelligence is the most interesting thing. So this is the exalted Krogan. These unfortunate individuals were once Krogan. After capture, experimentation, and attempts at exaltation, they are now Behemoths, bearing the characteristic white carapace of the Ket and the strength of a Krogan in full fury. Behemoths appear to be an early attempt at exaltation, and the process for the Krogan is as yet unrefined. Unlike exalted Angara, whose transformation is genetically and neurochemically stable, Behemoths are unable to produce enough serotonin to break out of the feedback loop that results in Krogan blood rage, rendering them permanently aggressive and non-communicative. In addition, DNA samples suggest Behemoths are susceptible to hypothalamic tumours, further evidence that exaltation is intended to affect the body's oxytocin production and social bonding responses. Okay, so make them more compliant, I suppose. Fighting a Behemoth is not for the unprepared. With the Krogan's resilience to gunfire and preference for charging into melee, Apex tactics currently revolve around multiple rocket-propelled grenades. Primus is the one that we struck the deal with, right? Second in command to the Archon, the Primus is reportedly trusted with leading many of the Ket's most dangerous factions. Apex teams have cited her as a hands-on leader at key Ket positions, and orders from her are treated as coming from the Archon himself. Her main area of responsibility appears to be managing the Ket conquest of Helios via exaltation. Inasmuch as we can determine with scant details on Ket culture, the Primus is believed to be extremely orthodox. Intercepted and translated reports show her ordering punishments for Ket who deviate from social norms and traditions. She has also repeatedly expressed concern over the need to break off military exercises or recon missions to investigate remnant technology, suggesting this is not a normal element of Ket expansion. Evidence now proves that the Primus and the Archon are at odds. Investigations show that the Primus disapproves of the Archon's single-minded interest in remnant technology, believing it to be a distraction from the Ket's attempts to conquer Helios. She's repeatedly attempted to correct his focus on the remnant with little success and appears to have no recourse left other than to replace the Archon. Yeah, interesting. Okay, this is interesting. Ket culture. So this might be part of the intel we just got. The Ket in the Helios cluster appear to be a military expeditionary force. Separated from the rest of their culture, only a few conclusions can be drawn about the Ket as a people. Ket society appears to be strongly regulated hierarchy. I've said Ket too many times. Ket society appears to be a strongly regulated hierarchy. DNA evidence suggests genetic lineage is a factor in leadership positions. These ancestral Ket lead the exalted, citizens who serve in the army, sciences, or industry. Unskilled labor is performed by slaves, or, as analysis about their home space suggests, conquered vassal species. The Ket interest in the remnant implies a shared history, but details are scarce. Culturally, the Ket are highly ritualized and ceremonial. Intelligence reports show a powerful belief in their genetic and military superiority, and a belief that it benefits lesser species. Even the Ket dialect spoken in Helios, Tonazet, translates to speaking correctly. Exaltation is thus not a punishment, but a means to balance a disordered galaxy by sharing the Ket's genetic perfection. Interesting, man. They're getting more and more interested in the Ket. I like... Yeah. Yeah, I'm enjoying learning about their rituals and stuff. Right. Secret intelligence. How long is this? Okay, not too juicy. I was hoping it'd be a bit longer than this. Provided by Dr. Medro Aiden, these notes had 3 layers of encryption. I've endeavoured to fill in any transcription errors. Ket home space is vast. Charts I downloaded show so many worlds in the Heartlands alone, centered on their home planet, Sarhessen. Some, term unclear, possibly event disaster. Something happened there. No details, definitely a touchy subject. Maybe the Scourge? 21 ancestral lineages from pure ancient Ket. Any still alive? Heads of ancestral lineages lead their society. A eugenocracy? Yeah, it's like certain houses. It's kind of got a similarity to Dune, if you guys have read Dune at all. Like, this isn't really a massive spoiler for Dune, but you can close your ears if you want to read the books yourself. But because Dune is set like in the far future, the year 10,000 something, I think. Or 8,000, I can't remember, but it's set in the very far future. But the way that society is organized very much resembles like emperors and kings and stuff. So certain houses rule over large portions of the galaxy. There's like one main emperor, and there are houses, and yeah, and there's a lot of ritual in the way that humans exist in that whole fiction. It's not as soulless, I guess you'd describe the Ket. There's almost no very little joy, I suppose you'd say, in the way they live, right? But that we know of, at least. At least a dozen vassal species. Only got details on a few. In Earlen, exalted past viable population, now known... Oh, right, so these are vassal species, so these are actual other aliens. The Earlen, exalted past viable population, now nomads who document and share knowledge. The Thusali, once worshipped by the Remnant. Engineers exalted for Remnant expertise. Fascinating. The Serindi, term unclear, possibly translates as eat their dead with reverence. Genetically poisoned themselves to stop exaltation, now dependent on Ket neuroscience to survive. All proves one thing. We were right. Fight the Ket head on. These might be our fate. Oh man, this is so sad reading all this, because they're never going to continue this, right? And these are such good... This is such good lore to lay groundwork for future titles, right? That's so sad, man. All this about the Ket Empire and everything. We'll catch up on this other stuff later. The episode's got too long. I'm going to put some stuff in fast forward though, for sure. Right. Fascinating.
All systems green.
Alright guys, we'll leave that episode there. I got a bit frustrated, I apologise, but... yeah. We know that our mother's still here. Whether it's still a case of if we wake her up, she's only going to have a few hours to live, I don't know. But we're going to have to wait for a cure for her condition. Maybe we'll get that from the Ket, because they are genetic experts, right? Maybe someday. Fascinating learning about the one benefit of that horrendous quest was all that information we just got on the Ket and the other species. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave me a like if you did, and just remember, everybody, never trust an uncrate. I'll see you next time.